Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows from shows ranging from the 90s to today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brittany,
And I'm Cynthia.
and we have JC with us.
Hey guys.
Today we're talking about season 3, episode 2, titled Homecoming, air day October 6th, 1999, and the synopsis is
Dawson is recruited by Mitch and Principal Green to produce a film for the football pep rally. While Eve continues to tempt Dawson, meanwhile, Pacey enlists Joey's help in bringing Andie back to Capeside. But Pacey and Andie's long-awaited reunion doesn't go exactly as planned when Andie tells him about a fling she had, and as a result, Pacey breaks up with her. Jack is asked to join the football team. Also, head cheerleader Jen has a meeting with the new Capeside quarterback, the rookie freshman Henry Parker.
and we start with Did you like how it starts?
Mm, well, I was kind of excited to see Andie coming back.
Me too.
Wasn't it funny though how nervous Pacey was?
Oh yeah, he was so excited too.
Yeah, but he was like getting sick and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
don't
then
blame him. I mean,
Dawson
it's been all summer.
and then Dawson was like, "Hey, do you need company?" And he's like, "Oh no, Joey's coming with me."
Shot
I'm like, "I love
him
it."
down. Shot him right down.
It's like, yeah, finally Dawson's the third wheel.
Now he knows what it's like.
He had to be them for all those years.
Of
And
course, they got to
then,
bring up Eve again.
yep. And Dawson said he can't find her anywhere.
She always shows up.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
And why does she keep showing up at the school?
I don't know.
Well, is she going there now?
No, she's old
She was talking about it, but she's just making things up, huh?
Yep.
because he didn't he ask her how old she is, and then she said, "Watch it."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how old is Eve? I mean, come on now.
I'm thinking at
They
least
don't really say.
21.
How
Yeah.
come? I mean, she works at the strip club, but how come they don't tell us how old she is? Why is it still a mystery?
I
Because
don't
she
know.
is mysterious. Her whole thing is mystery.
I know, but do you like that it keeps going on, the mysterious of it all?
No,
Not
they're making
really.
it seem like she's a dream, like a fantasy he's making up.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not a dream.
No, especially when Pacey's asking him about her.
Oh my gosh. You are
What?
you're something else.
Well, he sees her too.
I know he does.
But Eve annoys me.
Who?
Eve.
Oh, I thought you said he annoys you. I was gonna say who.
No. No, the girl.
You mean the woman?
Woman. Yeah, she is older.
I feel
What
like
is
she's
it with
like
that?
I feel like she's like 25.
Could be.
Nah.
Big well,
Well, maybe.
she said watch it to Dawson. I mean,
Yeah, she's definitely older.
and I'm sorry, but she needs to put on some more clothes.
Yeah, I know. Who just dresses like that in high school?
I am so tired of her wearing half the clothes.
Hmm.
And
Well,
Wardrobe
well,
I guess it is really
wardrobe
hot
needed to put
there.
some more on her.
Yeah.
Dawson and Pacey were talking about how great Eve is, that's when Eve pulled Dawson to the janitor's closet.
Oh my God, yes. As Pacey's going on and on. Did you okay? Who is allowed just to be hiding in the janitor's closet
And how she know to be right there at that time?
as they're
Yep.
walking down?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
I
sorry,
don't
but
know.
this school is not safe. They just let any crazy person in. Billy,
Mm-hmm.
now Eve. I mean, come on now.
That's why schools had to start cracking down on their security.
Oh, because of Cape Side.
Yup, exactly.
JC's blaming Cape Side.
They started it.
Oh my God. Cynthia, what do you think?
Well, I'm just hoping she's not here for much longer because it's driving me crazy. But
I know it's only episode 2.
yeah, and she keeps vanishing on him. So when she leaves the janitor's closet, he tries to go after her, and that's when he trips over the mop, which I thought was funny.
Yes.
Don't you like though how he comes out of it and his dad and Principal Green grab him and
Yeah.
they have him and they're both holding his arm and I'm like, what is he, like a prisoner?
Basically, at this point, look what he did to Mitch's boat.
Well, and the other thing is like, how come Principal Green isn't like, why are you in the janitor's closet?
Yeah, they didn't even
I know.
acknowledge that.
The principal, like, how come the principal is not asking why he was in there?
Right.
Yeah.
You would think he would question it.
Our principals would have been like, why are you in that room?
Mm-hmm.
We'd got in
Students,
trouble.
yeah, students are not supposed to be in that room. But yeah, Principal Green just, it doesn't bother him.
Nope.
It bothered me. Well, why can't they ask? I mean, he could have made
No.
he could have made an excuse that he was trying to find, I don't know, a paper towel or something. But I mean, the fact
Yeah.
that they didn't even ask is stupid.
Yeah, it's not right. Not how it would really go.
No.
Yeah, because Dawson walked out of the closet asking Eve's last name, but that's when Mitch walks up and grabs him and says, Mr. Leary, but you can call me Dad.
Have
Yeah,
you
yeah.
But have you noticed all the characters are allowed to go into like every room in the school?
Yeah. Somehow they're all unlocked.
Yes, every door is unlocked. Think about
Yeah.
us. We were
Mhm.
never allowed to go in someone else's classroom.
Right.
And if it was like a janitor's closet or another room that you couldn't go into, it was always locked.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. They don't really have anything secure at this school or this town.
No.
Nope.
What did you think of Grams and Mr. McPhee talking?
Well, it was nice, but you know, I mean, he tells him that Andy's coming back, that she's well enough now. So that's
Well,
good.
yeah, but Graham said after having Jen for a year, having Jack was like boarding St. Francis.
Mm-hmm.
What? She really doesn't like Jen.
Well, Jen's a wild child.
I know, but that's her granddaughter. And she's telling another parent about
That's her
like
way of complimenting, I suppose.
but you should be like trying to praise your granddaughter in front of other people.
You
Yeah.
should, but I
Especially
mean,
especially as somebody as evil as Mr. McPhee.
some old people just don't care. I mean, my one grandma was like that. She was ruthless. She was mean.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I see a lot of older people like that, so they're being realistic for that part at least.
Well, and then Graham's is like, I'll let you two talk.
Yeah, weird.
Okay, but did you like what Mr. McPhee said? He's like, oh, Pacey's bringing Andie back, and you have a good situation here, so you should just stay here.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, what? That is your son.
He
Mhm.
doesn't want to deal with the fact that,
That he's gay.
yeah,
It's
it's messed
so
up.
messed up.
Yep.
It
But
annoyed me.
in that time period, a lot of parents were like that.
Mm-hmm. So today.
Yeah, yeah. It's messed up.
But I just felt so bad for Jack.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like the
No
one,
kid should have to be treated like that.
well, think about it. Like the one person on the show that has been sort of religious and against certain things was Graham's. And the fact that
Hmm.
she is okay with Jack and his dad isn't, it's like,
Yeah,
Mhm.
that really says a lot.
Yeah.
yeah, that Mr. McPhee is a messed up person.
He
Mhm.
is. I'm not a fan.
The fact that Graham's is like, oh, basically, like, I love Jack, like he's part of the family.
Yeah,
And
that's
Mr. McPhee
wild.
is like, get out of my family. Like, that's
Mhm.
basically, I feel like what he's saying is like, you're not a part of my family.
Yeah.
Like, it's just me, your mom, and Andie. And you can go bye bye. And I don't care if I ever see you again. That's basically his tone by saying, you have a nice situation here.
Yeah.
Really? The word situation?
Mhm. I'm very
Yeah.
mad.
That drove me nuts. I'm like, situation? What?
Mhm.
What, his living arrangement?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he called it a situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was happy
Couldn't
when Jack told him to leave.
Well, yeah, but he couldn't just say, "Hey, Jack, it seems like you're having a good time here with Grams and Jen. Do you want to stay?" Like he could have
Yeah, it's
come
the way
out
he
like
worded
that.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by saying situation.
Mhm.
Why couldn't you just say, "I don't want to mess things up because you're enjoying yourself."
Yeah. He should
And I
have.
don't and I
His
don't want to
dad's
put
not the most sensitive person, that's for sure.
but he could have also said like I also don't want Andie to I don't want you to have to take care of Andie. Like you're in high school.
But he doesn't feel that way, and we know that.
I know it's just because he's gay. That was
Yeah,
it.
his dad wants him to be this macho guy, and
That
that's just not who he is.
that Tim was.
Yep.
Yeah, well, he's not Tim, and his dad needs to get.
No, he's so not Tim.
He's Jack. Jack is
Yes,
his own person.
exactly. Every child is different.
Yep, yep, I
That's
agree.
that made me mad.
But thank God he has Grams.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why I'm so happy. Yes, I agree with you, Cynthia. I was so happy that he kicked his dad out. I was like, that's right. You live it with Grams. You kicked dad out.
Mhm.
Yep.
And then Pacey goes to get Andie,
Yes.
but only to
But
find
it,
out
Oh,
that
I thought it was cute about Joey helping him. Then
yeah,
people
because
just, they did not want to budge on him getting Andie.
I'm actually surprised he was able to pick her up at all. You think it would have to be a parent or a guardian to pick her up?
Right,
yeah,
especially since she's a teenager.
yeah, since
Mhm.
she's underage, it would be whoever is on the form.
Yeah.
And her dad, I would think, because her mom is probably also in another facility, that I would think that her dad would be the only one on the list.
Yeah.
You know, nowadays kids have their own rights, and the parents don't even get to see their medical records unless the kid gives them permission at the age of like 10 or 11.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I was just told recently by somebody I know,
Hmm.
that they don't
Interesting.
get to see their kids' medical records
That's
because of
interesting.
that. Yeah.
Huh. Did not know that. I thought maybe like 15 or 16,
No,
Yeah.
but
they really lowered the age.
that's
It's
scary.
crazy.
That's scary.
Mm-hmm.
So what? Do you only get to see it if it's like court ordered?
Um, I don't know that, but I know the kid has to give permission for the parent to see it to the doctor.
That's weird.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like that when we were young.
No, our
Nope.
parents could see everything until we were
Yes.
18.
Yes. Not no more.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then the fact, okay, and then, that's the thing is like Pacey's underage. He's not on the forms, obviously, because
Right.
he hasn't seen her all summer. So,
So of course they wouldn't let him in.
well, yeah. Well, and the other thing is like he obviously doesn't know when he can pick her up because remember, they're closed for visiting hours.
Right.
So, and the other thing is, why didn't Mr. McPhee, because he allowed Pacey to go, why didn't he tell him what time visiting hours are.
You would think he would
Yeah.
want to go with them, seeing that's his daughter.
I don't think he cares about his children.
No, he doesn't. They're the
Given
last thing on his mind.
given how last season he left Andie in charge of their mother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Andie's got her own problems.
And she's only in high school.
Right.
So that didn't, yeah, so he doesn't care about his children at all, except for
Isn't the
Tim.
mom still married?
I don't know. They don't say anything about her in this episode.
No.
Yeah, like she
They don't-
doesn't exist.
Yeah, Jack, you would think that Jack would have told his dad, "Hey, how's mom doing?"
Yeah.
Right.
There was none of that. Doesn't care a thing about mommy, apparently.
Yeah. She just disappears like Bodhi.
Yeah.
Like, where's Bodhi? But yeah, it's weird that Mr. McPhee didn't tell Pacey this is when visiting hours are, because Pacey goes after lunch.
He probably doesn't even know visiting hours because he probably hasn't
Never
visited.
visited her.
Yeah.
Probably not. That's what I'm getting the feeling, because Pacey didn't know. And I feel like if he got the permission, then he probably would have known. But
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and they clearly didn't have internet back then because he didn't look up when visiting hours were.
Well, not
He could've-
everything in the 90s. I don't think every place had a website yet.
Yeah, but couldn't you call and ask
Yeah.
when the visiting
You
hours
should,
are?
yeah, you should be able
Yeah, that's what I was
to.
gonna say.
It's like the prison. Joey didn't ask when visiting hours were. So her
Yeah.
and Pacey, her and Dawson had to wait. And then her and Pacey had to bribe the security.
Yeah.
So
This is
it's-
this is parallel to that now.
Yeah,
Now Joey's
it's like,
helping Pacey.
well, but the thing is,
Yeah.
like, nobody calls the facilities, whether it's
I
prison
guess.
or
Right,
the
you would
treatment
think they
center.
would plan ahead or something.
Like,
Mhm.
if I'm driving all that way, I'm going to be calling to see when I can go so I can plan the time of when I'm leaving
Exactly.
and how long it's going to take me. I mean, who just goes after lunch and then shows up and it's not even time for pickup?
Mhm.
Pacey.
Doesn't make any sense. And then
They-
Joey, and the other thing is Joey is trying to get a scholarship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would think because that's what she's focused on, that she would just leave school and go pick Andie up. Like, wouldn't she be
Yeah,
in
she
school?
wouldn't really do that.
No, because don't colleges look at how many days you've been absent?
I'm sure
Yeah.
they do.
No, but like Harvard or Yale.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you have to have like a 4 point something and like the highest SATs and no missing of school.
Yeah, because everyone wants to get in there. They only want the best of the best.
Yeah. And think about it. If there's one student that has missed one day and one hasn't, they're going to want the one that's been there every day.
Yep.
And the fact that Joey is skipping to go with Pacey doesn't make any sense.
No.
Not when she wants to go to a good college and she needs the scholarship. She has no money.
The writers definitely weren't thinking about that aspect.
No, couldn't they have gone on like a Saturday to go get Andie?
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, why are they skipping school?
I have
And
no idea.
why is Andie, who also wants to go to Harvard, why is she missing the first couple days of school?
Because her mental health is more important.
I know, but it doesn't make any sense. Wouldn't her dad get her out before school starts?
No.
I don't know. Maybe they agreed to a certain amount of days that she would be there.
I know,
I don't
but
know.
doesn't Harvard look at that?
Well, she's probably not thinking about Harvard when she was sick.
She's thinking of Harvard. And he not
Yeah.
She's not right now.
And like the first couple of days, nothing really happens either.
I know, but I'm saying Harvard, I'm sure, looks at that.
Yeah, but mental health is more important.
Did she get like a paper that says it's okay for her to miss from
Yeah.
Harvard?
Probably. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can have a
For medical
doctor's note.
reasons. Yeah.
Okay. We'll go with that. But Joey going on a weekday Doesn't make any sense.
No, that doesn't at all.
Pacey going yes, but Joey no.
Yeah, like when I missed for surgeries and stuff, that wouldn't have counted against me for missing days.
But
Right.
if you went to pick somebody up, it would have.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially if you skipped.
Oh yeah.
But it was adorable that Joey helped Pacey because he comes out and he's like, man, they wouldn't let me in.
I
Mhm.
loved how she put on that act about she was going crazy, made the lady listen to her. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, and smart.
And then she was going on about Dawson. I fell in love with the boy across the creek, and he was my best friend. Blah, blah. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay, what did you think of Pacey's crawl?
Oh, yeah. That was funny.
I didn't expect them to do that. I thought it was gonna go a different way, but I liked it.
What did you think he was
I
gonna
thought
do?
she was gonna get back there and get Andie. I didn't know Pacey was gonna sneak him.
Okay, but what about the crawl?
I don't know. It was funny.
Okay, I cannot see Dawson doing that.
Oh no, Dawson
No.
wouldn't
You think Dawson can crawl?
if he had to.
He probably
Like
wouldn't
the
be
mil-
sneaky about it.
Like the military?
I've done it. It's not fun. Playing with little kids, trying to get out of forts that they make or that I made for them.
Oh my God, I made my niece a fort and I was
Yeah.
trying, I was like, man, because she goes, come on in. And I'm like, oh, I'm too old for this.
Right? It's so easy for them. They're little and limber.
I know she just gets right in there and then she goes, have a seat. And I'm like, oh, on the floor? I need a chair in here.
Yeah.
I felt so old. And then she's like, come on out. Oh no. Then she was like, I want my snack. And I'm like, but that's all the way out of the fort.
Like, well, you go get your snack.
I did. I told her and she goes, no, you get it. And I'm like, and then
Girl.
and no, and then she goes, come back in. And I'm like, I can't keep coming in and out, girl. I'm too old.
But you do it for the kids anyway. It's fun.
I know, but I was like, this is killing me.
I know.
I'm too old for forts. That's when I realized I'm too old.
Yeah.
30 is old. JC, you're not even 30.
Yeah, I was like, I can't say nothing. I'm not quite there yet.
Cynthia, you're not 30.
And we'll be soon.
Yep.
About 3 weeks.
Coming up quick.
JC.
Hey, I'll be 30 in like a year.
In like 5 years, you'll be 30.
I'll be 30 in like a year and a month.
You're funny. Oh, did you like how Pacey picks Andie up in the cop car?
I didn't even notice it was the cop car.
Well,
Neither
I
did I.
did. I did when Joey grabbed Pacey's hand
Oh.
and then she jumped down and I was like, oh, there's the cop car.
Can't believe I didn't notice that.
I know. I was like, you two, I figured that'd be the first thing you say is, oh, Pacey has the cop car.
Yeah. Usually, if I noticed, I probably would have brought it up.
So who did he steal it from? Doug or his dad?
That's a good
Probably
question.
Doug.
Because they don't say who the cop car.
We
which
haven't
cop
seen
car it
Doug
is.
in a long time.
I know. Did he just go to another town?
Just, yeah, with
Maybe.
the other characters we haven't seen.
With Bodie.
Yeah.
Doug and Bodie are just hanging out in another town.
It seems like it.
Oh my god. Oh, and also, where's Bess? Where's
don't
the
know.
baby? This show doesn't, they just kick their characters off
Yeah.
without telling them where they are. And then we go to Dawson and Eve.
Ugh.
And she's talking about sex. And I'm like, that's the only thing that's on that girl's mind.
Yep.
Straight up. I think she even says it at one point.
Well, it's just so annoying. I'm like, why is it that's the only thing she can talk about?
I do not know.
She's just sex crazed.
Dawson isn't, but she is.
Well, they make a plan to do it. So Dawson gets in on it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the other thing about the treatment center when
Yeah.
Pacey's going to get her, how in the world does he know what room she's in?
Right.
He has never been there to visit her. So how would he know what room she's in?
Unless she told him at some point, but that'd be the
They
only
never
way.
they never spoke. I
Maybe
don't
Jack.
think
I thought she wrote him a letter or something.
I don't know, but I don't
No, they did talk because
Yeah.
he says that she never mentioned the guy.
Mm-hmm.
well, would you?
Well, no. Well, maybe I would say I had a friend.
That's a guy?
Yeah,
That would make him mad or jealous.
I got guy friends. Well, yeah. But, you got to ease him into it somehow.
Not just randomly have him show up.
Right.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't know. I don't know if she would really tell him what room she's in. I don't think that'd be the top of her mind.
Probably not.
It's kind of what are you doing? What are you doing? Back and forth sort of thing. I don't
Unless
think.
her name was posted on the outside.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be kind of like confidential?
Yeah.
Maybe.
So when Jack and Jen are talking,
Mm-hmm.
and then Jen's like, she brings up how Jack has grams, I think.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so happy that Jack has grams. Makes me happy.
Me too.
He
He's got
needs
this,
somebody to support him.
well, he's got this little family with Grams and Jen, and I love their dynamic between the three of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cute. Grams has two grandchildren.
Yep.
One's the little saint and one's the little devil.
Hmm.
So we go to the football field.
Mm-hmm.
Is it weird that randomly in season 3 we now have cheerleading and football?
Um,
Because before
I
it
don't
was
think it's
basketball, right?
Well, the last 2 seasons, this group hates sports and anything that has to do with school.
They
Mhm.
didn't intentionally get into it, though.
Yeah.
They're
I
just
know,
thrown into it.
but why is it? But it's weird. I wonder if it was because maybe other shows were coming out that the writers had a note that said like you have to put some sports into this or something like.
Well, it was getting kind of boring. They needed to add something.
Ah,
Yeah.
I know, but it's just weird. I'm like, randomly, we're just gonna throw football and cheerleading in this show.
I don't think it's too random with having Mitch be the coach, and
It is because Jen is not a cheerleader.
well, that is kind of weird.
And now Jack is gonna be a football player. It's random.
He's really good at catching.
Yeah, yeah.
It's random.
At
It's just
first he-
random.
At first he said no, didn't he?
Yes, but it's random.
Well, it's a high school show.
I know, but this show isn't supposed to be like other shows that have sports.
It's not, though. Still not.
Why? Because Dawson doesn't play sports.
No.
What sport would Dawson play if he had to play a sport?
He'd play tennis. It's the least manly sport.
Maybe basketball since he hit Pacey with it.
Whoa!
Oh,
Whoa! No! 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 No!
I'm just saying he has good aim with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. JC just said that tennis is the least manly sport. And
It
Cynthia,
is.
you're gonna say that he would play basketball?
Yeah.
No, he's not manly enough to play basketball.
I feel like he'd be bad at tennis.
I feel like he'd be afraid of
Yeah.
basketball. And plus, he would not look good in those basketball shorts.
I could see him in it.
What? JC.
Maybe.
Oh my God. I couldn't. You just said you thought of him for tennis.
I did, but their uniforms aren't. Well, the shorts aren't a whole lot different. Well, they're shorter.
Oh my God. Don't you think like he would do like water polo?
I could see it.
Or like lacrosse?
Maybe.
Lacrosse. What is lacrosse?
I don't know. I've just heard of it.
You don't even know.
Well, it's not something that's like the manly guys. Think about it.
Right.
All of our popular guys, all they played was like football, baseball, and basketball.
Hmm.
Yo,
The fact that they would play anything but doesn't make any sense.
no.
So the fact that Dawson would play basketball doesn't make any sense. To anybody we went to school with and you played basketball, I'm sorry that Cynthia and JC compared you guys in your sport to Dawson.
But we didn't have other sports, really.
Hmm.
We also didn't have those dweebs as dumb as Dawson.
What?
We didn't have anybody weird like Dawson.
What? We had weird people. I'm not gonna name people, but we had weird people.
Okay, but that are making films and being weird and like looking all grown up-ish.
We had weird people. Heck yeah, we had weird people.
Like Dawson.
There was definitely weird people. I don't know, Cynthia, what do you think?
I don't know.
Just so everybody knows, our last episode, we were waiting for Facebook to get back with us, anyone who went to school with us. And apparently, JC was right. There was Saturday school.
Yup, Saturday school existed.
But see, I didn't attend, so I didn't know it existed. I thought it was like the 80s.
I just heard about it. I never went, but I heard about it.
I didn't hear about it because I only hung out with good kids.
Well, no, they threatened people with it.
Well, did they ever threaten you?
No, it was just a threat amongst they told the whole class. Brittany must have just not paid attention.
No. If they said Saturday school, I must have tuned out because I was too good for Saturday school. Unlike JC.
No, I listened.
Okay.
I didn't go to no Saturday school. I think my brother might have once. I don't know.
Oh my God. Cynthia, did you hear about Saturday school?
No, I don't remember.
No,
Yeah.
because we were the good kids. JC was the bad kid.
I am kind of. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. You and all your friends were the bad ones.
My friends.
You and all your friends.
Whatever. Some of them.
So yes, apparently Saturday school was a thing, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, because you didn't have to be punished.
Exactly. Probably if they had threatened people, I just tuned them out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need this. So going back to the football practice, what did you guys think of the new kid that's a freshman?
Henry.
Henry. Yeah, I already forgot his name.
I like them.
You like him?
Yeah.
I have a question. Isn't this the varsity team?
Yeah, that's why I was a little confused.
Why is a freshman on the varsity team?
Maybe
He's
they
that
don't
good?
have enough. They probably don't have enough people that want to play because remember Mitch said he was lucky he even had. Well, I don't know if he said it yet, but he was talking about how he was lucky to even have a team to coach.
Well, it's just weird because like I know in the past, like last episode, he said like, oh, the team sucks.
Yeah,
um, and I don't know, it just seems like kids would still go out even if you sucked.
it sounded like he had a hard time getting players.
Well,
Hmm.
think about it though. When our school sucked for a while, um, they still had players.
Yeah.
They were just always the losing team. That's all.
Not
And you
always, but
could and you no, but you could never put your bet until we got the new coach. Okay.
who wasn't awesome as a
Your
person?
your brother's junior year, my brother's senior year, that's when
Mhm.
they started winning.
Mhm.
And that's when people could start betting on them, even though people betted against them.
Yeah,
But before that, they always lost.
for the most part.
Yeah.
What?
So but they still had players on the team.
Yeah, but Cape Side might be even worse than our school was, and probably no one wants to play for them.
Well, I hope it changes now because Mitch is the coach and he cares.
Yes, which
And
makes a huge difference.
that's what happened, I think, to ours was they needed someone to come in that cared.
I don't think he cared about the kids.
What? He cared about winning.
That's all he cared about. He hated the band. He was so rude to us. So I did
Because
not like him.
probably because you were annoying.
No, he was bitching about the band being there. Oh, but
You're
That's
good.
okay.
my
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, he was complaining about the band being there, and
What at the games?
yeah,
He just doesn't
he
like the
loved
band.
the band concert. But pep bands are always at games to get the fans hyped up for the game.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
he
don't
did
know.
not like the band. He hated the band.
I don't know. I was never like I never paid attention to the cheerleaders or the band.
Well, maybe not you, but a lot of people do. I like
Well,
the cheerleaders.
I didn't because I was trying to watch the boys. I wasn't caring about the
I didn't watch
cheerleaders.
the boys. I watched the cheerleaders and everything else.
Oh my god.
I wanted to be a cheerleader.
I didn't.
I did.
Oh my god. But yes, I only watched the boys on the field.
I didn't. I thought football was boring.
Well, it was until they started winning, and then I wanted to go to every game and
I thought it
watch
was boring. I hated going.
even when they were winning.
Yeah, it was cold and I didn't want to be there.
Yeah. I
In
didn't
my
really
Put
care.
band.
put on a jacket, JC.
I couldn't. I was in my band uniform.
You couldn't put like Under Armour underneath.
Oh, trust me, I had that. Didn't help much on the cold nights.
Yeah. And I didn't really care unless one of my nephews was playing. So,
Right.
Well, I
I
mean
would have been there.
that's when I stopped going was
You didn't go
when
senior year?
heck no. Okay. In high school, I was done with school by sophomore year. Once my brother graduated, I wanted to graduate.
Yeah.
I was
I don't
over
know.
it. The school hated me, and I was just done with them all. I was like,
Did they
screw
really hate you? They did?
because of situations. Yes.
I never knew of people hating you.
The school did not like me. So I was done with them all. And by senior year, I was really done and I just wanted out.
Yeah.
So that's why. But yes, I mean, I do like watching Cape Side's football team. It gives me some entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
And it's still weird because they're CHS.
Oh, yes.
mhm.
Oh, that's still weird. Isn't it funny though that Jen is trying to show Jack the cheerleaders?
Yes. Like he cares.
And is it weird that Jen, like, there's no coach to this cheerleading team?
Right. Ours had a coach. It seems like most do because it's supposed to be a sport.
And
Mhm.
they don't have one person in charge of the other people, the other girls,
Right.
Yes,
because,
Jen.
well, because then there would be favoritism and all that. So that's why you can't have one. So, JC, going to your probably favorite part of the episode, Dawson buying condoms.
Oh
What?
my gosh, that was so hilarious.
What did you think?
Dawson, he looked so out of place, and it's funny thinking back. Like he was super embarrassed, but like I get it because, well, not like not for buying condoms, but when I was younger and like getting tampons or pads, I felt so embarrassed at the store, and
I
I would,
still do.
yeah, well now I don't care because I'm just like everyone has a period, but
Mhm.
I
It's
would
still
hide
awkward, though. It's still awkward
them. Yeah,
because
I
some
would
people are
hide them
judgy.
though. I would hide them in my cart under other things. So I kind of felt for him there, but I also thought it was really funny.
Well,
Mhm.
and then the guy, the cashier, he was like, "What? What was that? You need to say it louder." It's like, what?
He's like, condoms, where's the condoms?
Oh my God. And you know what was even worse? Was that he was standing there and he couldn't figure out which kind to get. And then all these random strangers come up behind
It,
him and start telling him what's the best ones. I was like, oh my God.
well, it would be kind of intimidating because there are a million different kinds.
Okay, but I'm just saying it was so awkward that all these random strangers are just
They were just trying to help him.
Yeah.
help him. It was so awkward. Dawson was like looking around, like, get me out of here.
I mean, somebody had to tell him what to get.
Why couldn't he ask Pacey or his dad?
Pacey probably don't know shit about condoms.
Oh my
I'm
God,
thinking,
JC.
I'm thinking Tamara was the one that got him for him. So
Probably.
Okay, what about Andie?
They never do say.
I
Oh
don't
my
know.
gosh. Well, he could ask Jen.
Hmm.
She knows about him.
I thought, oh no, no, no. Jen sees him fall out. That's what she sees.
Yeah. And then she asks, who's the girl?
Yeah, she's so nosy. I
But
would be
isn't it
too.
but isn't it weird like for him to say it because that's his ex-girlfriend
Yeah, I think it would be.
who he was all like crushing and it seemed like all in love with in the first few episodes of the
Yeah,
show?
it's weird.
Mm-hmm. Um,
Well,
what?
I would say Jen did give Dawson some
Oh, yeah, some weird.
instructions.
Go ahead, Cynthia.
Oh, the Sunday.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I'm surprised they said that on TV in the 90s.
Well, she was
They,
talking about a Sunday, Brittany. Come on. She was only eating a Sunday.
mm-hmm.
Oh, and by the way, that scene is where I noticed her hair.
Oh, yeah.
So it must have been really because I think, it was obviously summertime when they were filming this episode because it's only episode 2.
Yeah.
And everyone seems sweaty in the beginning of this season. Because when Jen walks up to Dawson and they're outside and they're talking,
Yeah.
all I noticed was her hair was like wet, as in like it was sweaty wet.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And I was just like, oh my, like I don't think they could do anything to her hair
Yeah, summer
to fix it.
South are bad.
But I don't get it because like Joey's is just so damn pretty. I don't
She's
get it.
she's got good hair.
Like, what kind of product does she use?
I don't know, but I want to find out.
Me too. Well, even Dawson's hair kind of looks sweaty. And I was just like, all right, there's stuff. It must have been like 150 degrees.
I
It
think
probably
him and
was.
Jen got a similar hair type.
What, blonde?
No, just like thicker.
But yeah, I was just like, this is okay. Weird. But that's what I noticed was the hair. When Pacey, sees the guy Mark,
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely was like the third wheel in the room when he walked in.
It was super awkward.
And then Joey walks in and makes it even worse.
Yep.
I'm like, this just had a weird turn to it. What did you think of the guy, Mark? Any opinions?
I didn't get much of an impression.
Yeah, he was only there for that one scene.
Just to make it awkward.
Yep, basically.
Do you know what I felt like when I was watching it?
What?
Was I don't know, either Pacey or Joey, one of them was like, "Oh, I guess we should start packing you."
I
Yeah.
think that was
And they didn't do literally Joey picked one thing up and Pacey just stood there and I was like, I think they're both waiting for a cut.
instead
Like,
of doing anything.
instead of actually picking something up, they were both just sitting there waiting, looking at each other, like waiting for the director to yell, cut.
I thought it was just because things were awkward in the room, so they were just like kind of
But
taking it in.
okay, but after he said that, he
Yeah.
could have turned around and picked something up. He didn't have to stand there.
I think because it was just like hitting him that, you know, Andy was there with this guy
I know, but
for months.
Pacey and Joey just looked at each other and then it finally went out.
Hmm.
And I was just like, what are they waiting for? Cut from the director? Pick something up. That's what I
He
got.
probably didn't know what to do.
Well, I mean, Joey then was like awkwardly picking up some box. And I'm like,
Yeah.
like you said, you have to pack her. So start packing.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
Sorry.
was like, okay. So yeah, that's what I got out of that. But when they go outside, because they're leaving,
Yeah.
and then Dawson, when Pacey was going on about the Mark guy and how he's jealous and everything, Joey
That would be too.
said, Pacey dropped the male jealousy thing, and he says, "It's a long walk home, Potter."
Yep.
That was funny.
That was funny. And then, Andie and Pacey start kissing.
Do you think he really would have made her walk?
No.
Nah, he's too nice.
But I thought Joey was definitely awkward just standing there watching those two kiss.
Yeah.
Even because like her shoulders were like shrugging and she put her arms
Mhm.
like she did not know what to do.
Yeah. And then she said, okay, we got the reunion kiss. We can go now.
Yep.
Especially because that's the love of her life.
Yeah, that was awkward.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they're about to take off,
Oh, and he says he brings up the radio station. So Joey's like, "I'll pick the station," and then he smacks her hand.
yeah, it's like classic Rocket is.
Yes. See, that's the thing is even in that scene, Andie became the third wheel.
Yes.
It's like the third wheel just keeps going around, doesn't it, in this episode?
Hmm.
Round and round.
And then she obviously wasn't happy to be leaving the place because she was crying as she
Well,
looked out
she
the
was
window.
kind of sad to leave Mark.
Yeah.
But it was weird because the receptionist said that they in order for Andie to leave, she had to write a consent to leave.
Yeah.
So did she not write one?
She probably
It's
did.
not.
She didn't want to make it awkward.
It was just, well, they're going to notice her that day that she's gone.
True.
Yeah, she must have did it after Pacey showed up.
It was weird. I was like, okay, awkward. So when they're in the hallway, Pacey and Andie at school.
Yeah.
Well, at first, Jack walks up and calls his sister gorgeous.
Hmm.
I was like, JC, has your brother ever called you gorgeous?
No, but my brother does not like me.
Cynthia, has your brother ever called you gorgeous?
Not that I can recall as of late.
I just thought that was so weird. I'm like, gorgeous?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Monica
He
said
probably
beautiful.
meant it in a nice, friendly way.
I don't know. It's just out of all the words, gorgeous came to your mind.
He said beautiful.
Right. Not gorgeous. It's like you're drop dead gorgeous. I mean, that was just weird.
Yeah.
I know. Why didn't he just say, "Oh, you're beautiful. You're my sister." Not, "You're gorgeous." It must be a twin thing.
Probably.
Yeah, but remember, they're not twins.
Okay, but you know what? I think they are.
Well, we know Jack is 17 and Andie is probably 16,
Yeah,
like Pacey.
he's probably 17 for like 5 years.
Yeah, that's kind of how the show goes, huh?
Because now he'd be what, a senior? It's a new school year and they're all juniors except for Jack.
Yeah, he has to be a senior.
Yeah, well, he's not. Um, but it was funny because Pacey said, um, "Get your hands off my girlfriend." And then Jack said, "Get your hands off my sister."
Hmm.
They both make a good point.
I know. I'm like, I love the dynamic between the three of them.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
Like, I believe Jack and Pacey as friends.
Hmm.
I'm not going to be there for long.
I don't believe Dawson and Pacey as friends.
Right.
But when Pacey brings up how he wants to like hang out with Andie and stuff,
Hmm.
um, and then she like turns him down. It
Yeah.
was so hard. It's so hard in this episode to watch Pacey keep getting turned down by Andie because
Yeah, I feel really
he just
bad for him.
he just misses her so much and loves her. And think about it. Okay, JC, here's the thing. He was faithful the whole time she was gone.
Yeah.
It's sad.
I mean, do you think Dawson would have been?
Maybe.
I don't know.
But Pacey waited for her. That's how much he loved her.
It wasn't that long of a time, but for teenagers, it is.
But she left before school was out, remember?
Yeah, that's true.
And then it's now school started again. So it's what, 3 months is what, summer?
Yeah.
So probably 4 months she's been gone. That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
To be gone. Well, and then think about it. Dawson was gone all summer, so he had really nobody.
Hmm.
But I was like, I can't watch Pacey get turned down anymore.
Yeah, especially since he's such a good guy.
What did you think when Jen says to Dawson, that it's Dawson 2000? This aired in 1999.
Well, it's
Yeah, I noticed
almost
that.
2000.
I know, but and the other thing that I have to point out is they kept saying the 90s. Every dang episode, it seems like they bring up the 90s. Is this going to be another theme of theirs? Oh, the 2000s.
Maybe.
Probably.
I was hoping that whole crap would stop with the 90s.
Nope.
I guess it's starting up with 2000s.
Yep.
And I have a question. Why do they call the football team? Because when they're on stage and stuff at the pep rally,
Hmm.
they call the football team Minutemen. Why?
I don't know. It's
I
just a
think that's
name.
their mascot.
Well, what the heck is a Minuteman?
I don't know.
I only heard that from that from 2007, I think, on Disney Channel.
It's
That's the only
just
time I've heard of
weird.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we know their mascot's a wildcat. I mean,
Hmm.
remember
Oh.
High School Musical, so I don't
Well,
know where they got that name, Minutemen.
that must just be their nickname somehow.
But it's just weird. I'm like, why don't you just call them the football team?
Hmm.
Because why not? I don't know.
But Minutemen, what did you think of the cheerleaders at the pep rally?
They were boring.
And Jen's fish net?
That's
Yeah.
stockings, yeah.
Oh, she
They
wore
had
a fish
holes in
net?
them. They had holes in them.
Hmm.
Oh, I didn't see that.
My God, it was horrible
And then, yeah,
on
you could tell
stage.
she didn't want to be up there.
None
She
of
didn't really
them
have the
did.
energy. Yeah.
Even Principal Green was like, "Oh, thanks for the pep."
Yeah, he was looking at her like, what?
Yeah, that was funny. So then of course, Andie makes Pacey and Joey both go to the pep rally.
Yeah.
And Pacey and Joey like look at each other like, okay, time to go. Like we've been here long enough. And
Mhm.
Andie grabs both of them and pulls them back down.
Hmm.
That was funny. And then that's when the three of them noticed that Jen's a cheerleader and Jack is a football player.
Yep.
Yeah, how ironic.
And
That's when
then, yeah,
yeah.
well, yeah, go ahead.
I would say that's when Andie asked if everyone became crazy while she became sane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that part.
And then what was Dawson and Eve doing?
Making out.
Yeah, and then what happened?
The whole school scene. The screen came up and they were behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, why does Principal Green not say anything about this Eve chick?
Right. It doesn't make sense.
Think about it. He knows she don't belong there.
Unless she
Yeah.
does go to school there.
I don't think so. Because remember when she brought up her age and she said watch it, or he brought up her age and she said watch it.
Maybe they were joking. Maybe she is a senior in high school, like she was saying.
I don't think so. She works at a strip club.
She might just only be 18.
I think she's older than that.
Well,
But
some
it was
people,
just but it was just weird to me. I'm like, Principal Green is just gonna allow these two to be for Dawson to be like shirtless up on stage and not
yeah, that
get
is
in
weird.
trouble. He doesn't get a detention for anything.
Nope.
But Pacey got a detention for talking at the assembly thing for the
Maybe
Mm-hmm.
first
he
day of
just
school.
doesn't like Pacey.
He didn't even know Pacey.
So he might not like him anyway.
I don't know. I think Dawson is becoming Principal's pet
Yeah,
because of Mitch. And then, he was making that video for the uh football team.
Mm-hmm.
right.
So Dawson, I guess, can't do any wrong in this show, but everybody else can. What did you think when Pacey pulls Andie outside or out into the hallway because he didn't want to say it in front of the whole school?
Oh, I knew it was about to get real.
Did you know what was going to come out of Andie's mouth?
I figured because everyone kind of already knew just by the way she was acting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she never wanted to be alone with him.
Well, yeah. I
So,
mean, if you've been gone for like 3, 4 months, you're gonna miss your boyfriend.
mm-hmm.
Usually, yeah, most people would want to spend that time with them.
Most people would have a countdown like "I cannot wait to see you," like Pacey did.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It wouldn't be like, "Oh, hi." Like she was being so weird. And then JC, what did you think of her hair?
Oh my gosh. I hated her pigtails. She
She
looked
looked
like some sort of weird cartoon character with them short little pigtails and the straight across bangs. I was not a fan. Like, who did that to her? Who styled
hair,
her hair like that and was like, yeah, this is it. This is what we're going for.
the hair department.
Yeah, she just looked like she was 5.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Seriously, little girl looking.
Because that's what you look like when you're 5. You get the pigtails.
Yeah, on the side of the head,
Yeah. I mean,
sticking out.
I didn't like it either, but I was happy that when we were talking off camera, you said it.
I even made a note of it. I said, Andie's hair, LMAO.
But it's funny because I brought up Jen's and then you brought up Andie's.
That is too funny.
I'm like, it's 2 out of the 3 girls in this show. Joey has
Yes.
perfect hair. Um, and I also don't really like Andie's short hair right now.
No, it needs to grow out a bit.
Yeah, I don't like what she did to it. She cut it.
No.
Um, and then okay, so you know how Pacey gets mad and storms out
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because basically they broke up. I thought he left.
The school?
I thought he left. He was mad.
Yeah.
Well, because he stormed out. Well, then, when after the assembly, after Dawson is caught and Joey sees him, and then they got that awkward staring going on.
Yep.
Pacey takes Joey home, and I was like, but I thought he left.
They make it look like he left.
Yeah, he stormed out of the school. What did he do? Sit outside until Joey was ready to leave?
Guess so.
Or he just came back. Who knows?
It was weird. I was like, I thought he left.
Maybe he went
But
somewhere else in the school to be alone.
but it
It
was
could be.
sweet. It was sweet that he took her home, even though he was so mad.
Yeah.
Like he didn't forget her, even though he brought her there.
He's a good friend.
Yes, a good future boyfriend for her.
Maybe.
What? Okay. Well, did you like Joey's advice that she gave him in the car?
Yeah, she meant well, but Andie really did a bad thing.
I know. I was like, he shouldn't forgive her right now. He
I
needs
wouldn't.
he needs his time to vent and think about it.
hmm
I don't think Joey can really judge because that's never happened to her.
No. No, all the guys do is flock to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and then Pacey talks to Andie.
On the
And then
bench.
did
Yeah.
well, and then didn't he say like, I can forgive you, I just can't forget it.
Yes.
hmm
And then he walks away.
Yeah. I really felt for him in that moment. I felt so, so bad.
Yeah. And Joey would have taken her
And
time
like, I like,
if it was her.
he's right. Pacey talks about like Andie changed his life, but he's just not the same for her as she was for him. Like they're not the same people to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
he really did, or she really did do a lot of good for him, but now she's doing a lot of bad, hurting him.
hmm
And he doesn't deserve that. He's such a good guy.
He's
Right.
gone above and beyond for that girl.
Better than any teenage boy
On the
Yep.
show. Yeah.
in real life, too. I mean, what teenage boy would do that?
None that I
Not
know.
many.
Nope.
And then just Jack and his dad kind of make up at the end in the
Oh,
hallway.
yeah. I got so annoyed when Mr. McPhee brings up brings up his football jersey. I said, that's what makes you want to bring your son home and for him to be your son again is him
Yeah.
wearing a football jersey. I
Yeah.
was
And being on
so
the team. Yeah.
mad.
Me too.
I was like, are you kidding me? Wearing a football
Mhm.
jersey does not mean anything.
Yeah, because his dad said that he saw himself in him, watching him like that.
Yeah, I
But
did not
then,
like Mr. McPhee.
yeah, but then when
At least
before he
he's
walks out,
trying.
yeah, before he walks out, Jack tells him to ask him to move back again some other time, move back in again some other time. So something happened.
And then, of course, at
Open
the
door.
end, Dawson and Joey sit on the dock.
Mm-hmm.
It
I
was
thought that was kind of sweet.
yeah,
Yeah.
and how they can't be together, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
and how
they can't
she
go back.
and how she needs to find someone new. Wink, wink.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And think about it. The same episode, they kind of break up themselves, even though they were
But
not together.
why
It was
didn't
the
he give her
same
his
time.
necklace?
I don't know, but it was the same episode that Pacey and Andie break up. Like,
But I took him giving her the necklace as like they were gonna get back together, even though they don't.
I
well,
took
they
it as
don't.
That's
them
what I
just.
thought.
I took it as just them being in each other's lives at
Yeah.
some capacity.
Because then she said, do you think every Joey has a
He has a
Dawson? And
Dawson.
yeah.
Every Dawson
Blah
has a
blah
Joey.
blah blah blah.
Yeah, and he said, "I hope so for
Mhm.
their sake."
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
I
she
didn't
said,
know.
what
It
are
was
we? And
sweet.
he said we're Dawson and Joey. Ugh.
Cheesy.
Yeah, stupid. So, what did you guys think of the episode? Did you like it?
Besides for Andie and her cheating, yeah, liked it.
I like
Oh,
it.
and Eve.
Yeah, I liked it better than it's been like season 2. Like season 3 is getting better.
I
Mhm.
think Andie cheating definitely added to the episode, like added drama, but I don't like how it made Pacey feel. I mean, it, it
Right. If
gave
it
some.
if it happened to Dawson, I'd be okay. But it happened to Pacey.
I think that's why it hurts the fans more because Pacey is so sweet.
He's lovable.
Yeah.
You have to he makes you want to love him. Dawson does
Yeah.
not. Dawson is a changed person because of Eve.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say highs and lows right now.
Oh, yeah, so I'll go first. My high was Joey helping Pacey get Andie out. My
Yeah.
low was Andie saying she cheated.
Yeah, those are mine too.
Yeah.
Because I love Pacey and she broke his heart.
Yeah. My high was actually Jack joining the team.
Of
Mhm.
course it was.
But my low was Pacey. I called him Casey. Pacey finding out about Mark for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, yeah, you could tell in the look on his face. Oh, she didn't even have to say it. He just
Mhm.
knew.
Right. He already knew. I mean, he knew when he got there. He just needed to hear it.
But
Yeah.
she didn't really say it. In her own way, she said it.
Yeah.
Um, and so what would you guys rate it?
Like a 7.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Really? I gave it an 8. You guys are nuts. And then
I
your
liked
best
it
and
though.
worst.
My
What'd you say,
best
Jason?
was Pacey.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Because I got
your best was Casey.
yeah, Casey. My worst was of course Andie.
Yeah, my worst was Andie too, and my best was Joey for helping Pacey with Andie.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yours, Brittany?
My best is Joey because
Mm-hmm.
she helped Pacey.
Hmm.
And she was kind of also being supportive with Andie.
Yes.
And she actually had that nice conversation with Dawson, and it wasn't all like baby Joey. Like
Right,
it
right.
was like a mature conversation, like we can be friends, but we're not going to be together.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And she was okay with that. It wasn't her whiny little take me back, Joey. It was a mature Joey. So she was mature in this episode. So I
She
liked that.
was.
She knew what she wanted. So, I liked that.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just being a good friend. And then I picked the worst. I picked Mr. McPhee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't like how
Mm-hmm.
he treated
Jack.
Jack.
Yeah.
Because again, his favorite kid is Andie, and he hates Jack. And he only likes Jack because he's playing football. I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna pick Andie, but then I was like, you know what though? She was going through time. It clearly happened when they were not mentally stable.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know if I could really
That's
judge
still
that.
a big decision to make and like
Yeah.
not one that
I know, but she clearly wasn't mentally there and she probably wasn't thinking. I'm just saying that I didn't really want to harp on the whole she cheated.
oh, I do because I don't care if you're mentally sane or not. You know what you're doing that whole however long you're doing it. And then she
Yeah.
kept hanging out with the guy when
Yeah.
she
Mm-hmm.
was better.
I didn't agree with the whole hanging out with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just picked Mr. McPhee. And
I can definitely see why.
then he like basically didn't even ask him back. He just kicked him out. Like, can't come back. Like, what kind
Yeah.
of parent does that?
Not a good one.
Yeah, I don't like that dude. Like, Grams is definitely better than he is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And she's judgmental. So yes, that's what I thought. What's the next episode?
Episode 3, none of the above.
Alrighty. Hopefully that's better.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys. See you next time.
Yep, and thanks for listening.
Bye.
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 Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about the episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us at Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Duo Chat Podcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would really appreciate it.